Now, with the focus on the election coming up, you say that there's been a big effort by the feds to take the migrants who are here and just ship them out under the cover of darkness elsewhere. What's happening with that?
Well, in June of this year, the election year, they stopped dropping off people into the streets of San Diego. The people that were over their capacity, they stopped those drop-offs in June. And to me, that was because of the election coming up. And so now what they're doing, because we are still over capacity at the San Diego sector, we still are getting more people than our Border Patrol agents can manage. And instead of dropping them in the streets, which we heard they might have been starting up about 2 or 3 weeks ago, but then it never happened. What we found out is they're busing people to Yuma, Arizona, with about 3 buses a day to Yuma, Arizona, which is right on the California-Arizona border. And they're also flying out at least 1 flight a day to Texas, to Laredo, Texas, to McAllen, Texas, to other places in Texas. So they're shipping them out sort of undercover without, having the public notice of these street drop-offs.
Right. And so, there's a real problem here, too, because you don't really know who's coming into your community. America doesn't know who's coming in. What I understand is they just basically take your fingerprints and basically let you go. But we've had so many reports of people on terrorist watch lists who have made it into the country. The other day, there was a horrible case in Chicago where somebody who came in through this very sector shot an Orthodox Jew and got into a firefight with police, allegedly. This is having real consequences across the country.
Oh, absolutely. And because of the numbers that are coming through, and the Border Patrol agents just don't have the time to properly vet people. And unfortunately, the smugglers and the people coming across the border know this. Within 2 feet of the holes in the fence along this border, we have seen piles of ripped up documentation, ripped up passports, and other types of documentation that would show where somebody came from. So people are coming across our border. We have no idea what country they're from, or if the country they're telling us they're from is the truth or not. We just don't have we're not vetting them properly.
So it's a real security risk.
It absolutely is. And we've had, through the San Diego border sector, over 30,000 people from China coming through. And we've had, you mentioned people on the watch list and terrorist watch list coming through. And we don't find out about it until after the fact. And we don't have the databases of all these countries to do any sort of a background check. So I really think, we want immigration. We want people to come here, but we need to do it with dignity. We need to do it in a safe manner, but we're vetting people. We let the good people in.
Well, that's the Trump.
Keep the bad ones out.
What Donald Trump keeps saying is, we need a lot of migrants in this country to keep things going, but we want them here legally.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think the vast majority, both sides of the aisle, want this fixed and want a legal process so that we can be safe. Because if we don't know who's here and how many, at 9/11, it only was a couple of dozen people that pulled that off at 9/11. And how many, and we get that just coming across and landing on our boats every week on our shores, and they're just walking into the communities. Those people are totally unvetted and don't have any contact with Border Patrol. We have no idea who they are or where they are.
Scary stuff. Thanks so much, Jim Desmond.
James, thank you.